Testing, testing, 1, 2. Is this working? Where have I been? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a bit. I'm finally moved back home. You guys know I've been traveling for the last 5 years. I'm finally here, and I finally put my butt down in the seat and said, you know what, we're gonna give this YouTube thing a go one more time. I've been gone long enough for my hair to grow like 5 inches. We've had all kind of adventures, but today we're gonna do some makeup and we're just gonna chat and just have some fun. And I just figured, since I work as a nurse, I would figure, I hadn't done this in a while, as you can clearly tell. I just figured, since I have been working as a nurse, that I would show you guys my everyday makeup routine that I wear as a nurse. Now, if you know me personally, you know I wear a lot of makeup. I am the queen of cake face, okay? I like a lot of makeup, and that's usually what I wear to work as well. But if you guys want to hang around, you want to chit chat, you want to talk, you want to have any questions, especially since I'm a little bit older, I have a little bit more mature skin, I've got a little tricks of the trades that I can share with you guys. We're gonna play with some makeup, and let's do it. Okay, so we got the hair pulled back because, you know, I can't stand to have doing my makeup with my hair in my face. It drives me completely insane. So we're going to start with a little bit of primer. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I've been really into the Snell Mucin lately. I've seen somebody use this as a primer. We're going to use it today. I only use one pump because it is a little on the sticky side. Okay, we're just going to put some on our hand, and we're just going to go to town. So let that sink in for just a minute. I also remembered to turn my microphone on, so maybe the audio is going to be a little bit more and not so trashy as it was in the intro. So I'm going to go in. This is a Hank & Henry. This is actually an eye base, but I use it for a little bit of concealing before I do my foundation. As you can see, I have all of these wonderful age spots from sitting out in the sun. When I was younger, people didn't tell me that sun was bad for you, so we would just do the baby oil and lay on the trampoline. Yep, this is where it's coming from. So I'm going to put some of this on to help cover it up. It is a quite thick consistency. You can actually, you know, people will be like, well, it's supposed to be an eye base. Well, yeah, well, I don't use it as an eye base. I like to cover up all of these wonderful little spots that make me feel old. I put a little bit under my eyes, not quite as much as I do on the age spots itself. And then I'll take my finger and pat it in. And I also have a mirror over here. So if you see me looking in this direction, I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing because I can't see. So we're just going to cover these up as well, and then I'll go in with a beauty blender and blend them. I don't put this all over the face because I am going to go in with some foundation. We're going to go in a little heavy-handed because that's just who I am. So this helps me kind of get a head start. Now you could use any kind of like concealer if you wanted to, like the NARS Pot Concealer would be really good for this. This is just what I've had on hand for a long time, and it really works well for me. And sometimes I'll just put this on and leave it and just put some powder on. Like if I don't want to put on full face of makeup, but I also don't want to look like a crackhead, this is what I will put on my skin. So I'm going to go in with some foundation. I'm a little much, so I use 2 foundations. You totally don't have to do this, but this is one of my favorites. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter, and then I also have the NARS Soft Matte, and I'm about out of this one. I mix these 2 on the back of my hand. Like I said, you don't have to. You can use either or. Both of them would be perfect by themselves, but I just prefer the color of this one matches my skin better, and I like this one because it like gives you that filter effect. So let's put some on our face. So I go in and put some on the back of my hand. The NARS is a little bit more runnier in consistency. The viscosity, as I've learned from Marlene Estelle on here, which I love, she teaches me so much, that's what it's called, that like the thickness or the runniness of the foundation. So I just go in with my beauty blender, and we're just going to start blending all of this in. This part always reminds me of Nikki Tutorials when she did the power of makeup. When you have like one side that looks trash and one side that's going to come together eventually. I know, jump scared, don't panic. I even scared myself when I looked in the camera at how white this looks. I don't know if my lighting's off, but it's okay because we're just going to keep rolling with it. We're going to warm the face up and everything's going to look matchy-matchy in the end, all right? So I'm usually going with a cream bronzer. If you don't want to do this step, you don't have to, but it's part of my routine, so I'm going to show you guys. I switch back and forth between my NARS cream bronzer and this LYS, which is really good because you know it went viral on TikTok, and you know I had to try it because I'm obsessed with makeup. I usually roll it up. I used to try to like swipe it like they do on all the videos, but that just doesn't work for me. So I go in with a brush, and we're going to go in with the Hank & Henry Tasha brushes. I don't think I've ever done this before. I didn't realize it's been over a year since I have sat down and actually tried to attempt to do this. I talk all the time, but why can I not talk on camera? I do not know. So we're just going to go in, tap the brush, and I'm going to start doing a little bit of cream bronzing here because we need to warm the face up, and I'm trying to do it so you guys can see. It's a lot. Don't be afraid. So we're going to do some on the forehead. This is a step I used to not do, but because I was kind of scared and afraid to do it. But one day I took a step and I bought the Huda Beauty cream. I think it's Tantor in the lightest shade. And I went through about 3 of those things because I became obsessed as to how they look. You can do a little trick, put a little bronzer here on the bottom of your lip and it makes your lips look bigger. Not that I need my lips to look any bigger, but I still do it anyway. And some days if I'm feeling a little frisky, I'll do a little bit here just to kind of tighten that jawline up. Just a smidge here and a smidge here. But the rule of thumb, don't forget you put it there because I have done that before. So we're going to put this up. We're going to go in, and I still go in with my beauty blender, and I just go and start pouncing away. And we just keep pouncing until it's all blended in. So that seems to be a little bit better. We have a little bit more life to the face. I don't know why I look so tired. Maybe because I'm old, but also I slept enough last night. I don't get it. And maybe it's just this camera is just telling me all the truth as to how I really look. We're going to go ahead and put some concealer on. Now this is like a thing, okay? So some people will be like, when you're that old, you don't need that much concealer. Or when you're this old, you can't wear this. I don't abide by those rules, and I never really have, so I don't think you have to either. I just want to know who makes those rules is the question. So we're going to go in. This is the e.l.f. What is this? What is this? The e.l.f. Camo Matte Finish Concealer. I switch up day by day on how much I put on underneath my eyes depending on how I'm feeling. But today we're just going to kind of go just probably the norm as to what I normally do. So we're going to put a little bit here, a little bit here. I'm trying to like face y'all, but I can't really see what I'm doing because my mirror's over here. Maybe if I just move it a smidge, maybe that'll be a little bit better. Put it up here, on the nose. Sometimes I do put it on the outside of the corner of my eyes. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time I just forget. So we're going to go in with the Beauty Blender and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to bounce until it's all blended in. And this, like in the YouTube videos, is usually where you'll put like music in the background or like fast forward it. So I may try that on a couple of scenes. Okay, now we don't look as scary as we did to begin with. You know, it's one of those like you gotta trust the process things because like a lot of people are scared when they start to do makeup because we're gonna set it while I run my mouth. Because when you first start out, you're like, this is not gonna look good. This is never gonna look good. What is happening? And then you get to the end and you're like, oh, okay. So always trust the process. I need a shirt that says that. I'm gonna go in and set it with the Huda Beauty powder. This is the Cherry Blossom. This is the pink one. Sometimes I use this all over my face, which you can. Sometimes I'll use this one just underneath my eyes, and other times I'll use like a translucent under my eyes as well. So I just go in with the Beauty Blender, put a little bit on there, and then I take the lid and like tap, tap, tap. Kind of press it into that damp beauty sponge, and then I'll go in and put a little bit under my eyes. Now, I think this is key, especially if you work as a nurse or any kind of like high-paced, like top anxiety like job, to keep your makeup in place all day long. And this actually used to work really well even when I was, you know, working during COVID and having to wear the mask and all of that kind of stuff. I don't normally talk when I put powder on, but now I'm choking. Let me, give me a moment. I get it, like this. Okay. Anyway, it would stay on pretty well. I would say also my top #1 rule for keeping your makeup on is don't touch your face. Like, just don't do it. Like, if you guys scratch your nose, like, honey, you just go in with minimal as possible, okay? I don't ever touch my face, but it's taken years and years of getting me to teach myself not to touch my face. Because a lot of times, especially when I'm sitting at the computer, I'll sit there and prop my hand on my face like this, and I'm like, Suzanne, what are you doing? Don't do it. It will keep your makeup on so much longer than a lot of techniques that you can use. Because here's the thing, makeup is cream, makeup is liquid. It's going to move, it's going to wrinkle, it's going to crease. There is no way around it, but there are little tricks that you can do to keep it from doing that. And one of them, setting powder, of course, and the other one is you keep your hands off your face. And I know a lot of people do it unconsciously and they don't realize that they're doing it. And then you go home and you're like, why does my makeup not look as great and wonderful? Well, yeah, probably because you touched it all day. So there we go. It's a little bit more set into place. I've still got that bronzer kind of coming through from the cream bronzer. We're going to go in, we're going to do a powder bronzer, and we're going to contour a little bit. Now, you can skip the contour if you want to, but you know me, I ain't skipping any steps because here's the deal. I try to skip steps and I try to do the no makeup look, and then I just look like I have forgotten something when I look in the mirror. I'm like, what is happening? Why do I look so empty, and why does everything not look the way it needs to? Because I want to look like these, you know, no makeup. I don't want to do a full beat every single day, but I always end up doing it because I don't like the way no makeup looks on me. And I don't know, has anybody else raised their hand? If you have this issue, I would like to know, because I'm so used to seeing my face with a full beat, with full makeup on. It's either this or absolutely look like I have, you know, slept under a rock, or that's all you get. Like, I don't have an in-between, you know? So I got to get a little makeup table over here because I'm having to dig in this drawer. And like I said, I haven't filmed in over a year and I got to get my butt in gear. But we're going to put some bronzer on. Now, as you guys know, my beloved, this is Jaclyn Hill bronzer. Her business is no more, gone. I don't know. I don't understand. I've seen the drama. I've heard the drama. I've watched the drama on a lot of these drama channels. And I just don't know what to believe. But I have acquired quite a collection of Jaclyn Hill cosmetics because I loved her stuff. I love her. I like anything she recommends. I'm like, I'm here for it. Sign me up. Add to cart. Okay. But I have an extra one of these, so we're just going to go through them, and when they're gone, they're gone. I'm going to enjoy them while I can. This is in the color Skinny Dip, and this is one of her powder bronzers that she had. I apologize because I actually don't think the website is up anymore at this moment, because she closed her makeup line, and she closed her cozy line, and she closed her jewelry line, which I have stuff from all of those lines. But, you know, things happen. It is what it is. I'm not going to speculate as to what happened because I don't know, and it is not any of my business really, but I do love the tea most of the time. So we're going to put a little bronzer on here to warm the face up. Now, I think this is very important. I think a lot of older women miss this step whenever they're doing their makeup or they're learning how to do makeup because they're a little bit scared of it. Okay, so bronzer is going to be more in the warmer category, and contour is going to be in a cooler category, meaning pigment color wise. So if you just put your foundation on and you don't warm your skin up with anything, like even blush or, you know, a little bit of, I would rather have the warmth of a bronzer than actually a blush. And I love blush. Like, I love makeup in general, but still, because it brings life to your face and it makes you look like you've been outside. Makes us look like we've been in the sun when we ain't really been in the sun. And we all need a little color to our face. So as you can see, it's bringing, I'm checking my monitor too, because sometimes it'll stop recording and I won't know, and then I'll have a meltdown because I don't have anything, I didn't film anything. So I just depend on if I have a spray tan on, which I mean a spray tan, I don't do spray tans. If I have a self tanner on, mine's kind of wore off at the moment, so we go a little bit lighter with the bronzer because I ain't got no color down here. I do bring it down the neck only because you should. Don't forget, your neck is a part of your body because your head sits here and then it's all connected, and you just want to make sure that you don't have that line that we probably all had in high school and nobody told us that our foundation was orange and we had that right there. So we're going to move on to contour, and let me dig it out of the drawer. And because I'm old school and I refuse to let this palette go, we're going to go in with the Kat Von D, which when it was Kat Von D and now it's KVD, and that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down. We're going to use a little bit of the middle shade here, and then I'm always confused because the camera does things backwards. Middle shade here and darker shade here. Just a smidge. So if you contour is to kind of make things shaded, and if you hear stuff outside, just ignore it because it drives me nuts as well. We're going to do a little bit here, just a touch, not a whole lot. And sometimes I get it and it looks like a stripe and I have to blend it in. you know, I'm not always perfect when I do it. Here, 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 here. So now you go, okay, that looks like a big stripe on your face. Yes, it does. But we will go in and we will fix it. So a lot of times I'll just kind of brush on. And yes, I carry a nasty asshole on my lap because I wipe my hands on it. And that's just real life. I'm not going to try to pretend that I'm not somebody that I'm not and that everything is perfect. I have found myself doing that when I recorded videos to begin with. You know, you'd be like, hi, my name is Suzanne and welcome back to my channel. I'm not that person. I'm not warm and fuzzy. I don't know why I ever tried to be. I'm just gonna be who I'm just gonna be who I be, and that's just who I'm gonna be at the moment. So we're just gonna go in and we're gonna blend this with a angled brush. I may skip steps. I don't intend to skip steps or skip some information. If you have questions, you can let me know down in the comments below. Just like this is what a good little YouTuber would do. Just let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I don't know. When I watch it, it bothers me, but I know it's something that I need to say because I know it's something that I need for you guys to do to help promote the channel and help me do this full time, because that's the goal. And I just have never committed, and now I realize I gotta commit because that's the only way that things are gonna happen. Like it's like that that TikTok, that lady says, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to help you. Like you got to do it on your own. So that's where we are at the moment. So now we're going to do some blush. I am obsessed with this blush, but I'm going to go in with 2 different blushes because this is what I'm using at the moment. You totally don't have to do 2 different blushes, but like I said, this is what I use when I go to work. And so I'm going to be truthful and show you all the steps. So we're going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill blush. We're going to go, I can't get it right, here and here. Is that it? Is that the ones? It's these 2 right here, right here. Why does the camera do things backwards and make it confusing? We're going to go in with just a fluffy brush and we're going to put a little blushy blush. Now, I'm going to put a lot of blush on. Like I said, trust the process and don't panic. My face eats blush. I promise you when this tutorial is over with, you will notice that half of my blush is gone because it likes to disappear and I do not know why, and that's just the fact of the fact. And I like to carry it up to the temples. And I also, if my eyes look a little bit too white from the concealer, if it's too light, I'll use a little bronzer or a little bit of blush. And the blush can kind of, which I learned from Scott Barnes, people do this because it helps cancel out the purple and the blue underneath the eyes. If you have little, but just a smidge, not much. So we're just going to kind of tap, tap, tap. And sometimes I'll brush a little bit on my nose if I'm feeling that way. So the next is the Melt Nevermore blush. Now I have had this blush forever, and I finally picked it up a while back, and I was like, why, just stay still. Why have I not used this blush? I don't understand. It don't look like, woo, look at that blush. It's so great and wonderful. But I tell you, when I have hit pan, this has I think it's called a blush light. So it's like blush and highlighter. I know a lot of people won't like that, so I'm just telling you up front. It's got a mixture of blush and highlight in it. And when you put it on your cheeks, you're going to see that there's a little bit of highlight. So if you don't want to have to do both, you just use this. But I still do both because that's just the person that I am. So, but this is actually, I think, a product. It's not like a here, COVID brain, fog brain. This is what happens to me all the time. I can't remember anything. I can't remember things that I should remember. This is not a, it's not going to go away. That's the word I'm trying to look for. Oh my God. This is a key product that they have on their website at all times. So this is, I think I have lost my mind. I'm just going to put it on. In a minute, it'll come to me. Kendra, if you're watching this, where are you? Because Kendra always tells me what I'm trying to think of because I can never think of. This is not limited edition. And I just am talking to y'all like I'm talking to like 5 different people. It's just me in here. It's just me riding the struggle bus trying to create this YouTube video. So you can see that it has a little bit of that highlight right there. And I like it, and I like a lot of it. So we're just gonna keep going, and we're gonna put this on. Now, okay, we've got a little bit of blush on. we're going to go in, and this is a key step that I will not forget and I have to do it every single time. When I was living in LA, I took a class from the Makeup Institute, and Yasmin was my teacher. Hello, Yasmin, if you see this, I love you and I miss you. I think about you often and all the great things that you taught me. But I go in with this rose water spray. You don't have to use this kind particularly, but I like it because, and you can use setting spray if you want to, but I prefer this just because this is what she used and this is what I've been using. So we're going to spray it. And you don't have to do a lot. To me, this helps my makeup like melt into the skin. It helps the creams and the powders melt together so it doesn't look so cakey. Now, I wear a lot of makeup and it's not going to look natural because that's not the look I'm going for. We're going for the, you know, I'm still obsessed, and you guys can come if you want to for the 2016 makeup look. I will do my brows like that and I will do my eyes like that. I will never be clean girl aesthetic just because I don't like the way that looks on me. But anyway, you take your damp beauty blender and you just push it all in just to make sure there's no water droplets. And while your face is damp, you go in with your highlighter. So we're going to take a highlighter. Of course, I usually have my stuff together, but today I feel like I don't. We're going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill Iced, and next time I film a video, I will probably try not to use products that aren't available anymore. There are some dupes of this. I cannot recall them right off the top of my head, but you can go in with whatever highlighter, and yes, I do still put it on my nose, and it's okay, and we're all going to survive. We're going to put a little bit on our cheeks, and if we get a little bit too heavy-handed, we can go in with our sponge, and we can kind of work it out. I like to put a little bit underneath my brow just because I forget to put any kind of highlight under my brow. I always forget. I do not know why. But if I do it here, at least there's a little bit there. Just like that. So you can see. And if you get a little heavy-handed, like I said, you can go in with your sponge and tap, tap, tap and kind of blend it out a bit. So now we're going to go in with the brows. I'll show you a little bit of the brow steps. I know you guys aren't like excited because brows are just not exciting at all. When I used to do my Facebook Lives, I would tell nursing stories, and which were pretty comical because I got a lot of them. And I might start doing that eventually again. But you know, like people try to get you fired. People try to tell you things and they'll be like, she said this, that was a HIPAA violation, this was this and this was that. And I never say names. I never give you where you could ever find out anything, wherever anything ever happened. But people are just that type of way. So my nursing stories have kind of gone in a little folder over here on the side, and I keep them just in case I want to tell some again. Anyway, let's do the brows, okay? Let me get my stuff together and we'll all right, so I'm going to go over the products that I use and kind of show you a little step by step and maybe speed it up so we can get through this, because brows are my least favorite thing to do. So I take a brush like this with a spoolie on the end and an angled end on this side, and I'll usually just go in and we're just going to brush the brows up. Now, I don't wax my brows, I don't thread my brows, I don't laminate my brows, I don't do anything with them, because you know, the worst part of your day is when your brow lady messes your brows up and you can't fix them, okay? So I do them on my own. I will go in and I will outline the brows with my Benefit pencil. This is in 3.5, I think. Yep, look at there, I got it right. I will outline them, and then I go in with you can use an eyeshadow. You don't have to specifically use this because I don't know if this is available anymore because I've had it forever. This is the BH Cosmetics. It's a ultimate brow palette. I know Anastasia has one. A lot of people carry them. I know e.l.f. has a couple of good little smaller palettes that I can never find. They're never in stock. But that's what I use. So I'll go in and fill my brows in with that. And so let's do it. So I've already brushed them up. And I can't talk while I do it, so there'll probably be a little music montage right here. Wow, so what a difference a brow can make. So one brow, no brow, one brow, no brow. Anyway, so we outlined it with the Benefit pencil. We filled it in. Now you can use eyeshadow to fill it in if you don't have any like brow powder. It's basically the same thing. And then I went in with this NYX brow glue right here in dark brown and just kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit. This kind of helps keep it in place, gives it a little bit more of those hair-like strokes, but you know me, I'm like 2016 brows. I'm all here for it. We're going to do the other one off camera, and I'm going to do like a YouTube, and we'll be right back. So we're finally going to get into the eyes. Yes, it is finally that time. And believe it or not, My eye makeup is literally just like 2 or 3 colors, and you don't even have to use like the 3 colors. You can use 2. I just kind of deepen mine up sometimes on the outer corner. We're gonna go in with the ColourPop what is this, Your Golden palette. Now people always ask me like, what's your favorite eyeshadow, what's your favorite makeup, what's the best price? I would always go with eyeshadows for ColourPop because they are great quality, great pigmentation, great colors, great affordability. They're easy to get, they're drugstore. And you know, I learned from a podcast that they own their own lab, so they're easy. That's why they can like mass produce and get stuff out so fast, which is pretty cool. Anyway, this is what we're going to go in with here. We're going to start off with this color here, and we'll end up mixing a little bit of this brown in and then go in with a deeper brown. Sometimes I do matte in the inner corner. Sometimes I'll go in with the shimmer. Today we're going to go in with the shimmer. So let's get to it. I go in with, oh, come on, be the good little YouTuber that you're trying to be. Okay, all right. So big fluffy brush, Hank and Henry. I taught my husband how to do this the other day because he was trying to show me something on FaceTime, and I was like, I can't see it. I said, do your hand behind it so I can see it a little bit better. And every time I do it, I get tickled. All right, so this is the Savvy brush by Hank and Henry. It's just a large fluffy brush. You can use any kind of fluffy brush, but I'm going to go in, I'm going to mix these 2 brown colors together. I have a little bit of a hooded eye, so I'm going to slightly go a little bit above the crease here. I'm going to take the middle of the brush and place it there. And then all I'm going to do is press that color in just like this. I'm going to use this mirror so I can see a little bit better. And I don't go all the way in. I'm just going right here on the outer corner. And I just start to build it up. When I get a little bit of color, then I'll go in and kind of start blending a little bit. You can use a smaller brush. I'd probably be better off if I used a smaller brush, but I'm just stubborn and I just like to use this brush. So if your eyes are smaller, if they're a little bit more hooded, or if you don't have enough real estate, as Scott Barnes says, it's real estate. I don't have a whole lot of real estate on my eyes. I am just very careful with it. I like to go in and just press that pigment on here, that color on. I'll kind of sweep a little bit just to fill in all the wrinkles. And then I'll start doing a little bit of circling motion, just like this. Until it's kind of in the place as to where I want it, and that looks pretty decent to me. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of darker brown just on the outer corner to kind of deepen it up. You could totally stop here and do the inner corner and be done, but because I like mine a little bit darker, I'm just going to go in and I just press just like this. And don't be white knuckling your brush, if anybody knows what that means. You don't hold your brush way up here, because guess what? See how small of motion I can get up here? But if you hold it back, relax your hand, see how much more motion I have? You have a little bit more control when you hold it closer to the back. And I need to pluck my eyebrows. I can see them. So we're just going to press all through here and get it exactly the way that we want it. Back in. Can you guys see? I can't ever tell if you can see because my monitor's over there. I'm just giving you the real life tea as to what it's like to try to film one of these videos and look professional, and it's really hard. All right. So that looks pretty good to me. Does it look good over here? I can't tell, but that's where we're going to leave it right now. So now I'm going to take, normally I would take, you can take your finger if you want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But if you have a flat brush like this, it doesn't have to be this big, but I like that it's flat, small this way. And I go in with, you could spray it with some setting spray as well. I'll go in that shimmer shade that I showed you. And we're just going to pack this on the inner corner right here. I like to do this trick. It makes your eyes appear bigger when they're lighter on the inner corner and darker on the outer corner. And you can put as much or as little as you want. And it also gives you the effect of a cut crease when you're not really having to do the whole concealer cut crease. Cut creases never really work on my eyes when I try to do them the traditional way of doing the concealer, carving it out, blah, blah, blah. The couple of times I've tried it, I just have not loved it. But I like the way it looks when I do it this way, because I'm just going right there to my crease, not above it. And it'll give the illusion that you spend a little bit more time doing a cut crease when you actually did not. So I go back in with that first brush, and then I'll just kind kind of blend this area together like that. And if you lose a little bit of pigment, of course you can go back in and fix it, which I'm going to, because I lost a little bit right there. And then see, that's it. That's all it took, was just that. It's very easy. I'm going to do the other eye off camera. I could totally stop right here, put some mascara on and be done with it, but I love a wing. I like the way my eyes looks with a wing. It makes them kind of pull a little bit more, you know, we want that look. We want the lifted look when we're this age and not the pull down look. I'm going to show you the products that I'm going to use. I use the, what is this? Epic Ink Liner from NYX in brown. I have a brown and a black. You really can't tell the difference between either one of them when you put them on, but I like to use the brown. It's a little bit softer. Then I will go in with the NYX. These are both NYX. Look at here. These are all drugstore. Great. With the brown liner and do my inner in my waterline and my tight line, so on the bottom and on the top. And then I'll go in with the Essence mascara in the green tube. This is the Princess Lashless. I don't know the difference in the names. They all have different colors, but I like the one in the green tube. I'm going to go off camera to do the wing liner. If you guys want a full tutorial on the wing liner, let me know. It's a little hard to film on camera, and you have to set your camera up at a different angle so you guys can actually see what the heck I'm doing. But we're going to try to make them even. We're going to do one on both eyes, and then I'll come back and then we'll do the rest, and just we'll kind of wrap some of this makeup up. Ooh, girl, I look over there in the monitor and I'm like, that's a long way from where we started earlier today. So we're going to put some lips on. So if you guys want like in-depth, like I said, on the liner, all I did was a wing liner, tight lined the water line and the tight line, and then put some mascara on. So not too hard. I know a wing liner is scary. It's just going to take you some practice. Best thing to do is before you go to bed at night, before you take a shower, get your wing liner and practice, because guess what? You're about to wash your face anyway. So that's a really good way. That's kind of how I learned to do it. So we're going to put on, let me dig in this is my trusty dusty makeup bag that I carry with me to work every day. This is what I would wear to work. Let me pull out the 500 things that I'm going to choose from. So we're going to go in with an oldie but goodie. This is MAC Spice Lip Liner. We're going to put a little bit of this on, and then, believe it or not, a little more drugstore. This is Nearly There 205, which I'm obsessed with. I love it. I have used, this is probably like my 5th one, 6th one. I have lost track. And then we'll put up on a gloss. Couple of lipsticks from Allie Glines. She has her own lipstick line, makeup line called Ravi Beauty. Am I butchering that? I don't know. It starts with an R. So I like to go in and put a little bit of hers, and you don't have to do this. I just like to have a little bit of pink, but not too much. And this is in the color Tulip. And then the piece de resistance, I go in with some lip gloss. Now, I like some shimmer. I don't like matte lipstick. I don't like liquid lipsticks. I like some cream, and I like to be able to rub my lips together. So I am digging the barrel out of this one. Anything with some shimmer in it. This is Hank and Henry. Like I said, it is almost gone. And be like them old women when they put their lips out. I am an old woman, but to your lips, make sure your mud's on your face good. All right, people. There you have it. This is it. Believe it or not, this is the makeup that I wear to work when I go to work. Yes, it's a lot, and I know you don't have to, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like myself. I love to put makeup on. I love the process of it. You can do this. You can cut out whatever steps that you want to make it more to suit your makeup preference. But this is what I do as a nurse when I'm working as a nurse. I was a travel nurse for 5 years. Now I've come home. I've been home for a year, and I've been working at a local hospital here, just PRN when I need to. But if I'm going to work, you're going to see me in full beat. So now let's get dressed. Let's put some jewelry on. Let's put an outfit on. While I have been off, the past year or so, not off, but been at home, not, travel nursing, I have opened up a boutique. We're going to throw an outfit together of something that I actually have at my boutique at the moment. We've got some new pieces. We've got a couple of old pieces that are coming in. Yeah, if you want to shop some of them, they will be on the website. Some of the ones will be coming soon. I'll list the website down below like a good little YouTuber if you want to. But yeah, this would be an outfit that I would put together, an outfit I would wear. So let's get dressed. Okay, so I went ahead and threw on the outfit that we're going to be working with. So these pants are going to be on the website in a couple of weeks. The top is already there if you want to go shop, but we're going to turn this little these clothes into an outfit. Now you could wear it untucked like this if you want to, but I feel like when you tuck it in, it gives it a little bit more structure. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. We're going to tuck it into these pants. Tuck, pack, depend on where you are in the country as to what you say. You know, I'm country girls, so sometimes I say we're going to pack our shirt in. Me and my dad used to always have that discussion as to which one it was. So we're gonna go ahead and get these pants buttoned up. They are high-waisted. They have like a little 70s/80s look to them. I think the waist is a little bit of elastic waist. It's got some seams down the front, pockets on the back. So we're gonna go ahead and blouse the shirt out. Now you can see it gives your body a little bit more structure. So it's not so, it's a little bit more flattering, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So you're just going to want to blouse the shirt out just a little bit. And I took my jewelry off, but we're going to put our jewelry back on. Jewelry, I think, is another big part of having accessories to your outfit. It adds a lot. So instead of just wearing, even if you had on jeans and a t-shirt, you can accessorize it up to where it turns more into a styled outfit. So we're going to put our jewelry on. Now from here you can go with a lot of different options, different jackets. So I usually go for the black leather jacket, which we're probably going to wear today. You can also go for, love this tan puffer jacket. Great in the cold weather, which I'm a chronically cold person. I think we have like 1 or 2 left on the website. This is also available. And then of course you can go old school and go with the ever classic denim jacket. But today, because we're going to be a little extra, we're actually going to add a hat. Gathering all my stuff. I've already filmed this one time, but the audio didn't record, so we're just going to do it again. We're pushing forward. So we're going to put the jacket on. And I know it's getting into like spring and summer-ish, but it's still cold where we are. And all of the items are 50 to 75% off on the website. So if you want some, they're at a good price. So we're going to throw on a hat. Just like this. We're going to adjust the hair to make sure it's decent. Now for shoes, you could go with just about anything. If you wanted to do some flats, if you want to do some heels, but we're going to do boots with this. Now I have 2 boot options that I'm going to show you guys. The first one is, of course, the classic boot. They have a little, they're not steel toe, but they have the little silver piece at the end. These are Steve Madden's. This is usually what I go with because these are very comfortable. It gives me a little bit of height. But if you want to go a little bit different, and like I said, I've already done this one time and I put the boots up, but we're going to pull the boots back out to give the outfit a little bit of color. You can also go with one of my favorite pair of boots, which are the Betsy Johnson. I love these, but they're not very comfortable, so sometimes I don't wear them a whole lot. But this would give the outfit a little bit of a pop. So you could either wear either or, whichever one your preference is. If I was going to just like go out and eat, I'd probably wear the black ones, or if I'm going to go out and I gotta walk a lot, those are what I'm going to wear. So this is the outfit for the day. Like I said, you can interchange the jacket, you can interchange the hat, jewelry adds a little bit, and just tucking the shirt in gives it a little bit of structure. So there you have it. This is my first outfit of my YouTube channel. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but we'll see. We'll come up with something. So I hope you guys like this. I hope it gave you a little bit of info on how you can style and zhuzh up an outfit that's just a plain button-up shirt and a plain pair of pants. It's all about the accessories. It's all about the way that you style it. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm out of words. I'm done. I'll see you next time. Love you guys.